what I'm looking at with SHMD, there is a slow rise. It looks like back in May, it hit that low, and then it was coming back, dropped off. It just can't get the juice behind it. It just don't have the juice. Let's
Don't
see.
have the juice.
Don't have the juice, bro. And look, look at the financials. This is just a trash stock. This stock is
Hey,
trash.
share your screen. You should share your screen as well.
I got you. Do. Man, I slept so good. I feel like I could run a mile today, bro. I slept so good.
I woke up at like 10 o'clock. As soon as I woke up, first thing I had to do was start working on premium section again.
I heard that, bro.
Never in.
Let's see here. This is the 5-minute chart, but let's go to the 4-hour real quick just to see what we're working with. You see that gap, though, that's got to be filled? Let's go to the weekly and look at that. It's pretty solid, wasn't it? Yeah, it's still going up. Golly. Well, whenever it finds that new bottom, it should be working its way back up. But even, look at your RSI. It just fell off. Everything did. This was a pump and dump. The financials are terrible. 1 week, 1 month, 3 months. Nothing looks good on this.
No, the stock needs a little bit more time to really find its grounds and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're looking into now is going to be AEON. This is AEON Biopharmaceuticals. And like I say, there's like 25 stocks down this list. We only got enough time to be able to get to like the top 5, maybe the top 10. And then for us in the Baker Lee Discord, we go through the entire list and pick out what the best ones are for our next set of swing trades. So don't miss out on the next ones. And they already know what's going to explode next. I'm always ready for the next thing. Next up, we got AEON. That's ION. That's AEON. AEON goes from $20 all the way down to $1.32 in a multi-week downtrend. Talking about how this stock is finna come in for a hot reversal. Talking about how this stock is about to start filling up those gaps. And in the last trading day, we see it got its first big green candlestick coming in with an average volume of 83,000. Coach John, this thing is getting up to almost 1 million in volume right now. What do you think about AEON stock? A little bit early still, right?
Still a little early for sure. But yeah, they're showing that the average max and min is going to be at the $18. So that is their forecast. That's what they're projecting to hit $18 within that year. And they're currently at $1.70. Oh, they did hit the $18. That's why it fell back off. Oh, no, it didn't. Right under it at the $17.32. Wow. So I'm thinking they're going to pull this back down and hit it again. They're going to try and hit that $18 mark because they're trying to set a average for their company. So if they hit 18, and they set that average anywhere between that $8 and $9 mark, then that means they're going to be able to pull the company back down to, well, kind of where it's at right now, build it back up to that $2, $3 range, spike it over, and then they'll be able to average out around that $9. They'll just bounce it back and forth to balance it out. But I like that strategy. What is this company? What do they do?
AEON is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, and this company is focused on developing its botulinum toxin complex. That's an ABP-450 injection or an APB-450 for debilitating medical conditions with an initial focus on the neuroscience market. Now, I actually got update pipelines right now because of this being a therapeutic health rate. It's like a biopharmaceutical. It's really all about them getting their FDA approvals, and they better watch out for those FDA denials. Now, one thing about this company, if we keep in mind that this company is on the monthly chart completely wrecked right now. It hasn't been out since for too long. Made up to $20, all the way down to $1.38. Over the course of the last like 3-4 months, they probably came out with some FDA denials somewhere in between, or maybe some sort of, I don't know, delays or something like that. But we're looking at the pipelines right now. They got a few things that they're working on. They got the espionage migraine. They got their chronic migraine, they cervical dystonia, they gastroparesis, and a post-traumatic stress disorder. Every single one of these is already on the move. None of these have made it into their final stages, but 2 of them are going to phase. 3 of them are going to phase 3. 1 of them is going to phase 2, and 1 of them is just not making it past preclinicals. This is multiple possible FDA approvals that will come in. They
Right.
talking about that. They talking about that. They phase two updates is anticipated in fall of 2023. They talking about the next one is anticipated in 2024. Yeah, these things are already supposed to be updating. They talking about the P3 initiation anticipated in 2024. They got a few things coming out this year already. I wonder when. I wonder when. I wonder if we can find see their recent news. See if we can find some recent news and giving us an update on when to look forward to. We need a catalyst for these
Well, they
therapeutic
had some
stocks right
news
now.
2 days ago. It looks like. Let's see here. Let me get that pulled up. So a couple of days ago, it looks like announces primary top line results for phase 2 interim analysis, ABP 450 in the preventive treatment of chronic migraine. So they're testing for a new chronic migraine. What stage?
So yeah,
Phase 2. Okay, phase
phase
2.
two, phase two.
Well, if they're in phase 2, so that means they had good results from phase 1, I'm assuming. Did not demonstrate satisfactorily significant. This is why it dropped off. This is why the stock fell right here, because it says while we were surprised and disappointed that the ABP 450 did not demonstrate. Okay. So what got them to bounce? That's what we got to focus on. So developing its property, toxin complex, injections. Okay, so they switched up the drug a little bit. Now they're trying this new variety. So whenever they didn't get the results they were looking for, the stock fell off. That's why we're seeing this decline real quick. So we'll be at a discounted price, and if they do hit that right, I mean, that stock could definitely bounce back up. They're trying to make it a $9 stock. You can tell just by
Yeah,
how.
definitely. And of course, looking at their balance sheet right now, they do have a red balance sheet. They have a descending balance sheet for the last few years, actually. And this stock, one thing about this stock though is it's huge in short interest. So if they can come out with that right FDA approval at the right time, going into a round of bullish divergence, those and it goes up high enough, those shorts will start to cover those shares, and this thing will start to fill those gaps. Don't miss out on AEON. That's AEON, but pharmaceuticals. Next we got NUWE, NUWE, Coach John, and Coach Meach. If you want to tune in on one of these stocks as well, or Tater Chip, you in here as well. What do you think about NUWE stock? It's a big discount right now, man. How about that bullish
NWE?
divergence? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
NWE.
coming up for sure. I think it
It
might be like
definitely is.
a couple days before it comes up, though.
I agree. I agree with you, especially coming into maybe even the next trading day or so. We really want to see if we can see some more clear bullish divergence coming in, because it is pretty choppy down there on W and NUWE stock right now. In the last trading day or so, they did go from 12 cents up to 26 cents, which was a decent uptrend, and to be expected off of NUWE stock as NUWE. This is New Wellness Incorporated, comes in for these spikes often. Off of average volume of 273 million, they got a current volume on 10.92 million with a free float on 6.80 million. Getting that volume up like that won't take them too much pressure to be coming in for these consistent moves and spikes that we see NUWE stock take all the time. So make sure you keep an eye on your analysis order flow, and you'll be able to see if you got more larges coming in or more larges going out. And right now, no larges in or out of this stock. No mediums want to touch this thing, and the small retails are outdoing the small retails coming in ever so slightly. We're probably gonna watch this thing be held back for a while. I don't remember the last time this stock was even at $1. Let me go back and look at a daily chart. Watch this. Watch this.
Yeah,
This stock,
NWE. Yeah, but this Northwestern Energy.
Northwestern Energy. This is New Wellness Incorporated.
Okay, what was the ticker one more time? I'm sorry.
NUW NUWE. This stock has been out of compliance for the last like 3 months right now, going from that $1 all the way down to 12 cents. This stock is out of compliance right now. They got earnings coming up. Well, they got earnings coming up in like 2 days. That's gonna be the day right there where, you know what? That's probably gonna be the day right there that messes them all the way up. They gonna be all the way messed up. They probably trying to delay that and everything if they can. They are big in short interest right now. I like a high short interest, man. Like you got a stock with a low float with that big short interest, and then that volume start to fill up. That volume start to fill up that free float, and then that stock go up high enough for all the shorts just want to start covering those. Not all the shorts cover, you know what I mean, but like, because when was the last time we actually seen a real actual short squeeze? You know, we talking about like one of those giant, well,
Man,
that stock go from $1 to $100 moves. You know?
yeah, it's been a hot minute. This one did it look like a while back. Let's see, 5.3. It went from that 17 cents all the way up to what, 20 cents. It did a little bump
NUWE.
right there. This is not. Yeah, this is a trash stock too, I believe, bro. This just don't have enough behind it. These numbers alone. It would be. It's a good little pump and dump stock. That's all this one is a pump and dump.
Yeah, it went up to 41 million when it started. Now it's at less than $1.
Right. I mean, but that usually is the good time to get in at the bottom of the bottom because they are going to get back in compliance. How long have they been in business for? That's the real question. How long have they rode the tide for? There was some news on it 3 days ago. Inventive, predictive SRRT technology. Medical technology company dedicated to transforming the lives of patients suffering from fluid overload today announced that they received a notice of allowance from the U.S. Patent Trademark Office for a patent application related. Oh, so they're going to stretch theirs out a little bit. So they must be new, I'm assuming. Because if they got approved to actually get the application to fill out, and as we know, you have to fill a compliance on everything. So, can you see when this company started, Billy? Let's see. Let me pull it back up. NWE.
Oh no, they listing date was what back in 2012. But nonetheless, though, we're not doing a deep dive on these things right now. We just want to do a quick round of technicals. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
okay, I got you. So with this,
we got time to deep dive on every single one of these stocks. You know.
I'm with you. Well, this one is not going to work right now. I agree. It's going to take a little more time to even get that little bump.
Yeah. So next up, let's move on to the next one. So next up, we got PLTN, another one that's going on to a massive discount right now, going from the highs of just turn it all the way up. This thing on your farm chart, you see this thing made up to $30, going all the way down to the lows of what is right now $5.58. This one is another low volume under the radar stock. The average volume of 35.89 thousand. That current volume is getting up to 27.92 thousand right now. This definitely gonna need more volume to come in, especially on a bigger stock like this. One thing about these low stat stocks, I like the low stat stocks, low volume, the low floats and whatnot. They move a whole lot cleaner. They'll come in for easier swing trades, and you face a lot less uncertainties if you can catch that next round of bullish divergence in time. This is PLTN stock, if you guys want to look at this one. Another one that's wrecked. Doesn't seem like it's been out for too long either. This stock is a blank check company formed for performing a merger. PLTN. Talking about technicals.
B as in boy.
Not too big in short interest at all. And of course, on a balance sheet, they have a descending balance sheet right now with a debt to asset ratio not looking too good on here. Let's go ahead and look at PLTN and make Wiggly Discord. I'm gonna type the other ones in too. I forgot to type those in.
Yeah, PLTN. Yeah, I agree. It's really fell off here.
PLTN. Not too much news coming out for PLTN stock as of lately. Massive discount. I'm gonna type in NUWE and AEON as well. Let's see what we got going on. NUWE comes out for lots of alerts in the Bank Wiggly Discord avidly. It'd be easy to catch another round of NUWE stock, as NUWE stock always pops up on the parabolic scam bot list. Last few times. What was the other one? AEON. That's when we see AEON and the Bank Wiggly Discord was coming off of his next rounds of bullish divergence. Not going off of PLTN stock either. But next up on our list, we got HSDT stock. On HSDT stock, we seen HSDT stock come in for the hot pre-market explosion in the last trading day, giving the stock a lot of anticipation to come in for another hot round of bullishness in the next trade and pre-market, which is going to be coming in tomorrow morning. They are already actually loading the stock up in the after hours and throughout the intraday, going for the lows of $2.53 last time, all the way to the highs of $4.44. This is a hot dip that's coming back in, going right back down to the lows of exactly where it was last time, literally that $2.40, that $2.80 range, under this $3 for sure. And that this next round of bullishness might be a lot stronger than that last one, especially if all the people who are already expecting that next round of explosion to come in are still holding in there, and then all the people who missed out on the last round coming with that sentiment saying, I'm not going to miss out on this, as HSDT stock could possibly become one of the most active stocks trading in on the next trading day with an average volume of 604,000. That current volume right now is getting up to 13 million in here with a free flow on 879,000. It's not going to take too much pressure to make HSDT stock explode. That's why we see the stock come in for early moves, because it doesn't take too much pressure at all. Even enough, it can take so much little pressure that all the rest of the traders in the world don't even have to be awake for the stock to do it in the pre-market. I can show you this stock back on your overall 4-hour chart. We can do a little bit of scanning back where you'll be able to see how this stock comes in for those pre-market moves. That was the most recent time. That was this time. See another time coming in on here. Let's scroll back just a little bit. Watch this. Another pre-market move, about $4 up to about $9 right here. I can scroll back a little bit more on HSDT stock. Watch this. Another pre-market move. That's probably an after-hours move, going from about $7 up to about $12. This stock comes in for those extended hour moves. This stock will be getting ready to make another one of those extended hour moves tomorrow morning. Don't miss out on HSDT stock. Keep an eye on your NASDAQ order flow where you'll be able to see. And you got more larges coming in and larges going out. Right now, in the last trading day, that big explosion that came in was with no larges coming in. And when that stock took that big decline back down, that was without any larges going out. You still got mediums that are coming in stronger, and you still got smalls that are coming in stronger with an inflow that's outdoing the outflow. It's looking good on HSDT stock. They need more. They're definitely going to need some big wells to buy in this thing. Like, all small retail is not going to just go right back to HSDT stock. This is Helios Med Technologies. For those of you who don't know what this stock is, now open up their website for you guys. This is a neurotech company in the medical device field. It is focused on neurologic deficits using orally applied technology platform that amplifies the brain's ability to engage physiologic compensatory mechanisms, enhancing the lives of people dealing with neurologic diseases. This is deep. Let me go ahead and see their website. I'm really just looking for their pipelines. They got.
So yeah, HSDT does look. It looks like it's bowling up pretty nicely, actually. There was some news to come out, on April 15th. That's whenever the medical technology to offer stock and warrants. Well, then on the 24th is whenever they expand the stroke clinical program with the participants of Shepherd Center. So they've actually already expanded and partnered up. So that's probably where all this juice came from, and it's got them fired up here. It's even here showing for the forecast. Now their performance is horrible. If you look at the week, the month, their overall performance is horrible. So this is not a stock I would hold on to currently. And they are shooting a forecast of that 15 for the year. So that does give me hope that, it could spike up hard. This may be actually one to be following on Monday morning for that breakout in the pre-market.
I see. And their science is to improve the impaired function by stimulating cranial nerves via the tongue. It's interesting. We're gonna do a deeper dive on HSDT. If you still in the bank classroom a little bit later on. We'll do a deep dive on this. We're talking about their science and all the stuff they're working on. HSDT is currently, so far, all the stocks we just talked about, HSDT is the best looking out of all of them and my favorite one on the list so far.
Yeah, mine too. I agree.
The next we got ENAI.